All right, hi, this is Attican, and welcome to Stacklands, our second run, part 6, I think this is. So we are gone ahead. I've gone ahead and played offline for a fair amount, and trying to kind of automate some things here on the island, and just come up with some ideas for you for ways to automate your food production. We're basically producing goods the exact same way. The only exception is we've added in a sand quarry to basically to quarry some sand and pop that into a smelter so that we can make glass. So we make glass by having a wood and sand in a smelter, and we could consider having a glass operation separate from our iron bar operation. It kind of doesn't matter, just whatever you do, you do. So yeah, we would think about that. I've also built a frigate. A frigate was 3 sails, a sail, each sail is a rope and a fabric. So you need 2 cotton to make a rope and 4 cotton to make a fabric. You put them together to make a sail. You need 3 sails for the frigate, and then you need 10 planks. So it's not that hard to make. And then a couple of villagers to work on it. It takes them about a moon, and they make a frigate. So this frigate will hold 25 cards, and we've got 14 on there right now. We're trying to take all this coin. Because we're using kind of mainland technology here. There's coins that pop out that are worthless on the island. You can't sell them. You can't use them for anything. So we're just going to try to take those back. But I also want to take some glass back, because on the island over here, because you can make glass, see, we got a glass magnet right here drawing the glass that we make down here. If we with the glass, you can make greenhouses. So you make a soil, and then you take 2 glass and 2 iron bars and a builder on the soil, and you make a greenhouse. And that greenhouse is really what you want with your farming, because it automatically stays seeded and then pops out its product to wherever you want it to go. So here's a kind of a classic little food setup for the island, basically that involves 4 butcheries, 4 fish traps, 4 greenhouses. Actually, I've got a 5th one I was starting to put on here. You can ignore this one more or less. But yeah, let me line this up. I can't stand these things when they're lined up every which way. Let's put our butcheries in a line. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's get that crossroads. Oh, this is the 5th one. We've got a 5th one here. I'm going to throw this one off. I was thinking I needed 5 down here. I was miscalculating a little bit. So we'll just have this one growing lime on its own for right now. So, scratch that. All right. So we've got 4 butcheries, and then we use a crossroads here because we need 4, and of course there are only 3 inputs for 3 inputs. What am I trying to say here? I need 4 butcher. Oh yes, I need the butcheries to be able to go to the stove. Yeah, that's it. Here we go. Sorry. Get back over there. Go here. Go here. This part of the game is a little bit. It gets old. The whole rearranging the world just because that gets old. But let's just line them up like this so it'll be easy to see. So here's 4 butcheries, and we've got a couple of them going directly in, but then that only leaves 1 slot. So to get the other 2, we've got a crossroads, and these 2 guys are feeding the crossroads, and the crossroads is feeding the stove. And we could put another crossroads here if we wanted some symmetry and have these 2 feed that, but it isn't necessary. And this setup of 4 will keep the stove running all the time, cooking raw fish into grilled fish. So to get those raw fish, what we have to do is we need to be constantly feeding fish traps to trap to catch the fish. So what we have here, and I don't know if I've shown you this before. If I haven't, I apologize, but I'm going to show it to you again because I just don't remember. So we've got 4 fish traps. Now the fish traps come from a fishing spot. You give it a rope and a stone and it builds a fish trap. But the fish trap has to have some food item on it in order to run. In fact, I'm going to pop you down there. All right, so the way this is set up and the way it balances is that each of these is on a 60-second cycle. So a greenhouse, a fish trap, butchery are all 60 seconds. So these run at roughly the same pace. And when they're actually in sync, you'll see all 3 of them pop at the same time. The butchery will throw raw fish over here. The fish trap will throw a fish into the butchery. The greenhouse will throw a food into the fish trap. And then, of course, it'll keep one for itself to grow its next cycle. So now we've got 4 greenhouses feeding 4 fish traps, feeding 4 butcheries, feeding a stove, and constantly making grilled fish. So that grilled fish, it has a food value of 2, and that will feed exactly 4. Actually, this will feed, it runs 5 times in a cycle. So it'll actually feed 1.5 times 4, so 6. It would feed 6. Okay. All right. Okay, so this setup right here is what, right here. This is what I'm talking about. The 4 butcheries, 4 fish traps, and I've got this as farms. We can do this. The farm is the farm with the crossroads, is the kind of the poor man's greenhouse. But we have a greenhouse growing something. In our case, it's growing, I think, chili peppers. It doesn't matter. It does change which fish you catch in some cases, but it basically doesn't matter because when you send whatever you send to a butchery, you're only going to get 1 raw fish out of it. That's kind of it's a bit of a waste because you could catch the mackerel and kill it with a villager and get 2 raw fish. But the problem with that is now your villager has to stay busy killing fish all the time. So to automate it, we sacrifice a little bit and just say, the mackerel's going to give us 1 fish. And that will feed 5 people. Is that right? Yes, because it has a food value of 2, and it's going to run 1.5 times. So it's going to run 90. The B1 is the 90 the cycle divided by the cycle for this, which is 18. It's going to run 5 times in a 90 seconds moon, and it's going to create 2 food each time it runs. And then we're going to need 2 to feed each person, so you can feed 5 people with this little setup right here. So this guy right here will feed 5 people and keep that stove running all the time. And of course, another way you could just feed, if you want more people, just do this again, right? That'd be easy enough. Okay, so that's one automation. And again, if I've shown you this before, I apologize. I've got it running to a mess hall because what happens is, and this is a very real danger with this kind of setup, you're depending upon your farming out here, your greenhouses, to produce the chili peppers to feed your fish traps to keep your butcheries busy. But if you think about it, if you start feeding everybody and they start eating this, they eat the food that's coming out of here rather than what you're cooking, then you end up in a situation where, see, we've got 21 out of 12, but we don't actually have anything. We don't have any cooked fish anywhere. So what we need to do is get the cooked fish in there and make sure that's eaten first. That way, we don't have this stuff go away. That's how you can have a disaster with automated food set up like this. Okay. Now, to get the soil, you need soil. On island, it's not easy to get the soil, but it can be done. You have this idea of a composter. And the composter takes 5 food, any 5 food you want to give it, and it will crank out a soil in 60 seconds. But you've got to get food in there, and it's got to get processed before it does this right here, turns to goop, where it just decays to the point where it's not usable. So parrots actually produce berries. So I'm using an animal pen with parrots in it to feed a composter, and that composter, you keep feeding berries to it, and it sure enough throws out soil. And so we're creating soil. We've actually automated our soil creation process. The other thing you can do, by the way, when you have these butcheries, is you can say, bye. You could actually butcher the monkey and have some nice monkey meat. Doesn't sound very good, but you could do that. Now, what I thought we'd do this episode, I brought you back with me, just reviewing this. I mean, we've got new concepts we're seeing on the island. I can't remember if I've shown them to you or not. We've got gold bars and gold deposits, and we can take magic dust and gold bars and make the magnet resources. I don't know if you've seen those before, but we've got this one running for glass right now, and I really want to take this glass. I'm trying to load up this frigate right here with glass. So I think we'll just take one villager over with us. So that would be, we can take quite a bit more glass. I want to take the glass over to the mainland, and then we can automate our farms over there and maybe get rid of some of those crossroads and all that stuff. Okay. Now, the other thing is, if we wanted to build up the island, we can take the approach, oh, this is big enough. We know 4 or 5 people. We've got, we got 6 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only see 5. 1, 2. Oh, no, there we go. 6. We do. We have 6 people. That's a little dangerous. This can only feed 5, right? Now, it's easy to go get some more food with the cards, but I don't want to go there. I want to get it all automated. So what I want to work on this time is seafood stew. Now, seafood stew is much more complicated, but it also pays off big time because it actually produces a food value of 5 and a resale value of 2. So it's the opposite of what we've seen with some of the stuff on the mainland. So we can actually do a food stew. Let's go back and I'll show you the kind of the plan for that. A seafood stew, we can run a stove that has a cycle of 18. And to support that full time, we would need 4 breeding pens creating crab. So what it takes is a raw crab meat, a raw fish, and a chili pepper. So if we had greenhouses making chili peppers, a butchery making raw crab meat from the crab that we breed, and a butchery making raw fish from a fish trap that's being fed something. It wouldn't have to be chili peppers, it could be whatever, to make our fish. Then we could set up this little deal right here and feed 12 and a half people with it, because you've got that food value of 5, which is a nice multiplier to have. Now you can see it's cheap, so it's certainly not something you do for money, but it's definitely something you would do to feed your folks. So it's very nutritious food. It gives them nutritious meals, which boosts their performance and makes them work twice as fast, and it's all good. So let's see if we can build one of these. So let's just start. Let's work our way backwards. Let's get a stove. A stove. The stove is brick, iron, flint. Okay. So brick, iron, flint. We've got flint. We've got brick. We've got iron. We've got a builder. Here comes a stove. All right, we've got a stove. We need a butchery. Now, the butchery is the hardest one to get because the butchery needs raw meat. Oh, and here's the only problem with butchering the monkey is you occasionally get poop on your stove. We don't like that. We could have a monkey butchery thing and have a filter that takes the poop out, but that's okay. We're not. It's just something I do when I get one that irritates me. All right, so we got our stove. All right, there's a good start. Now, to get the butchery, we need, look at this. I've already built one. I forgot I did. But I want to show you how to build one because that's the key to this. And key to getting to this is hard work. We have to find some raw meat. So we can go back to the mainland and bring some raw meat over and then use it immediately. That would be okay. But another way to get it would be to go out here. Let's just go out and explore. Let's just go out here and explore. We're going to explore these things we picked up by opening up the Explorer. What's it called? I can't read it. Enclave Explorers. And you don't need to be. You could go do some lumber, I guess. No. Go do the quarry. The quarry's kind of where we make money. I'm going to rebalance. No, it is balanced. Okay. So there you can see this working beautifully, right? And here we go. We've got a tiger. That's exactly what we wanted. We're going to pull everybody out. That must have come from the jungle. The jungle is faster to explore than the others. I guess it's because it's right next to us. You know, it's all around us. Well, we're on an island, but that's out and away from us, I guess. Not around us. There we go. There's our raw meat. So we killed a tiger, and we got raw meat. And so now what we need to do to get our butchery is to sorry, I gotta think about, here it is. A raw meat, 2 planks, and an iron bar. So let's see if we got our 2 planks. We should have. Here's 2 planks and an iron bar. We're low. We don't have an iron bar, so let's send our miner back. Right here. Our miner. Send him to the iron mine and get some iron ore in here so we can make an iron bar. And that will give us our butchery. So while that's going on, let's continue to work our way backwards. We've got the butchery. We're just going to do one at a time. So we've got a butchery. We need a greenhouse. So a greenhouse, we said, was we're definitely going to need some iron. So let's get back here. Let's get the wood and the iron going so we can create some iron. And yeah, keep working on that. So we'll need the greenhouses, and we're going to need something we can put in them, and we can just grab chili pepper out of here, you know, and just kind of disrupt this cycle a little bit, because we're okay. We're getting enough meals here. We've got eight worth of food. We've got 4. We can feed 4 people right here as it is, and we've got a little time left, but we've got, you know, in 7 seconds we'll be able to feed 10. So we're cutting it a little close here, I guess. So we can go ahead and explore some more. I don't know if I want raw meat just yet, but why not? Somebody go in the jungle. Somebody go in the old village. Go in the cave. Doesn't really matter. The jungle is fast. See how much faster it is than the rest of them? It's twice as fast. It's 30 seconds versus. Now there's I've got a crab. Okay, everybody eat. I had some nice grilled fish, except that last guy, he actually ate something else. So we obviously didn't quite finish that one to feed everybody off that. So this has got to get moving. So now it's in full stead. So that's good. That's good. There's another parrot. We can put it in our pen. And we're waiting on iron bars. We've got 1 coming here. Now I've forgotten the butchery. 2 planks, 1 iron bar. Actually, that's good. Okay. Now the wolf, we could get a dog. Do we want a dog? Yeah, let's get a dog. Everybody, they need a pet on the island. And let's just have it like, you know what? I'm just going to have it just run the quarry. Who's got pickaxe? I don't want to take it away from him, so we'll just run the quarry and go slow with it. We've also got a guy here that's kind of not really equipped, so let's make him a wizard. He's not a wizard yet, is he? That's interesting. He's got the wizard robe, but he doesn't have anything to make him a wizard. That's all right. He can just be what he is for now. Actually, he can go work on something too. Just we don't want too much sand. The sand just piles up. You can process it here, even with an unskilled person. It only takes 10 seconds. So it kind of needs to be its own kind of deal. This iron mine, I think, is sometimes producing stone. Now, our idea, the Terek idea of using the same thing down here, I'm not sure. I'd have to think about it some more, but I don't think it'll work down here because they're different products because of the coins and the. I don't think it quite works, but anyway, a treasure map. Okay, I think we can go. I think we can go look at that and yeah, look for treasure. So that's going to take a while. So just go off here and do your thing. We'll just keep growing some limes, and maybe we'll use our limes to set it up. Poop we don't need. Oh, to get the composter, you do need a couple of poop early on to get the composter. That you do need. That's butcher. Bug me. I really want another crab. We'll worry about the crab in a minute. And see, this is starting to rot, so we really do need another iron bar. Here we go. Iron bar over here. Builder. As soon as he gets out of the cave, he's going to come over here and build this. Shoot. As soon as he gets done killing the snake. Now we got raw meat there. You can get poisoned by the snake. Well. We could use that for another butchery, I guess. I don't think we're going to be ready for it in time. Yeah, shoot. Making a butchery is 1 raw meat, 2 planks, 1 iron bar. Okay. There. Get it right. Okay. Here comes a butchery. And we already had one, of course. But there's a stove. There's the butchery. There's our fish trap. We want to give the fish trap some food. We want the fish trap to go into the butchery. We want the butchery to go into the stove. Got an extra butchery. We'll use that when we need it. Okay. Now let's look at what else do we want. We need a soil and 2 iron bars. Go. And 2, what is it? Brick, 2 glass. 2 glass. And we're building a greenhouse. So now we've got our greenhouse. So we've got, let's see. We actually need, to make 1 set of these, we actually need 2 greenhouses. Right, so here's 1, and it could feed the fish trap, right? So here to here, greenhouse feeds the fish trap, feeds the butchery, feeds the stove, right? But then your let's see. But then we need a greenhouse feeding the stove directly because we need to actually be putting a chili pepper into that stove over there. So let's just do that. Let's do that part of it first. We're going to have a greenhouse feeding the stove, and we're going to raise a chili pepper. And there's a good one. There's an extra one right there. So we'll throw that in there and start that chili pepper process. So then, what else do we need? We need, see, the butchery for the crab meat, the butchery for the raw fish, which we have, and we need the breeding pen. All right. So a breeding pen is an animal dust or an animal pen and 2 magic dust, and we are low on magic dust. So that's probably a good cue to head on over to the mainland, because they do have magic dust over there. So we can pick up some magic dust. Might be able to get some over here some way somehow. Let's see. We've got this automated. We've got some food. This is actually creating chili peppers that could be eaten in a pinch. And we could take our crab who keeps wandering around in the what? Ooh, is that right? I don't want to put him on the stove yet. Well, I really want him in a breeding pen. All right. To make a breeding pen, we're going to need magic dust. So I think our shopping list is, let's take some glass over there, and because we can make more on the island. Let's take glass over there, and let's put and let's bring back magic dust. So let's go ahead and take a journey. So we'll feed everybody and head back to the mainland. All right, here we go. Our frigate has landed right in the middle of the mainland somehow. Not sure how he did that, but what were we up to over here? We got our production going. Let's see. We want magic dust. I'm thinking we had quite a bit. Yeah. Let's grab like 10 of them. That's a 12. We'll take 12 back. All right. We'll put the coins in the treasury. We'll give you the glass that you can use later, perhaps. And there's an animal. We can't take buildings. We can't take buildings with us, unfortunately. And so, are we ready to just go back? We've got too many items. That's one thing. We're building a warehouse. Let's just build another one while we're at it. Let's build a couple of warehouses and make sure we got plenty of food, which it looks like we do. That omelet. Why did that omelet pop out here? I thought we had that stove. Oh, this is the extra stove. This is like almost like our random stove. We could have it go here. We were getting a bunch of raw meat, so I just kind of made another stove here at some point. Don't even remember when. Don't know if you've seen it or not seen it. I don't know what happened there. Let's see. I've been having these guys just kind of wander around, go out in the forest and see what you can find. Let's take some magic. Gotta find our frigate. Here it is. Let's take some magic dust back. When we're ready to go, we'll take magic dust back. What else could we take back? We could take raw meat from here if we had any. We could take a carrot back. That's another way to automate this. I'm pretty sure we can take food back. Yeah. We can take the carrot seed that we worked so hard to get. And I just killed the farming. And grow carrots over there. That's another way to automate we've got greenhouses. We can have greenhouses growing carrots and feed people carrots on our island. So let's go do another mad search for carrots. You guys keep doing that. Rocks. We got a soil. Soil can't be moved, so we'll just keep it here if we want to use it, and then we can do the raw meat or just throw it on the stove. And let's just keep looking for. We'll keep looking for carrot. Apple on the berry. Onion and berry. I don't really care about onions. I mean, we could grow some. Right now, I don't care about onions. Potatoes. Ooh. Well, potatoes don't help us on the island because we can't transfer chickens over there. You can't take your livestock. So the potato is really kind of worthless to us. It's just something to throw on. We could throw it on here and maybe they'll make an omelet or a potato frittata at some point. And we're going, as long as we're going to get these bushes, we may as well pick them. We got these dogs doing nothing. There's a carrot. We can start a carrot back on the mainland. And I just want to confirm that, yeah, the university's dead. There's nothing to be gained from the university at this point. Okay. So a carrot, some magic dust. This treasure chest, we can open it with a key. Look at that. There's a carrot. Cooked meat. And there's another carrot. We can get another farm going with carrots. These are also, these are poor man's greenhouses. See how they feed themselves? And we can take our, we can build some greenhouses if we want to by taking the glass that we just brought over. We got 4, so we can build a couple. That'd be one thing to do. We could do something else with it if we wanted to, but we could just do, whoop, not a berry bush. Soil. 2 glass, 2 iron bars. So do we have any? We've got 1. Just have the ones right now. Let's see if we can't get that built before we're done. And we've got our warehouses here. Probably need to clean something up somewhere. We've got a lot of eggs now. Plenty of food. Excess food with milk and stuff like that. So we're looking, I mean, we're in good shape over here on the mainland. We're looking for iron bars. So we got one here. Go ahead and build a greenhouse. Show these people how to do it. Iron bar. Iron bar. And the only real difference between that and this, of course, is it just, you know, you eliminate the crossroads. You just have the greenhouse. You give it something like carrots, and it just grows. All right. So let's go. We're close to the end anyway. I mean, close to the end of the moon, so I'd like to go back. So we wanted magic dust. We wanted carrots. Is there anything else we can think of over here that we would like to take with us? Maybe we could take more people if we wanted to. And they're kind of standing around over here doing nothing, more or less. I don't think we can take an egg. Oh, we can take an egg, but we can't take a chicken or cow. Let's try. Nope, they don't want to go on the boat. Okay. Can't take the pin. The potatoes we said wouldn't help us. So when we come back here, we'll think about carrots or something. But we got plenty of food, plenty of everything. I'm just going to have a dog build I'll have this wizard build a warehouse, and we'll get our builder and say. Got plenty of food. Oh, we got tons of food, so it's a good time to go back. One card. Sell an egg. All right. Our frigate has landed right smack dab in the middle of our little village here. We're going to sell that sloop. It's not going to help us anymore. All right, we got our carrot. So we can easily set up another automated food thing we could do here is grow carrots, right? So have that greenhouse grow carrots. We could create a market and have them go into the market. You notice we're a little low on food. And clean out our stove, but we've got excellent. We've got fishing lined up, and we've got stove running. And he can crank out every 18 seconds. He can crank out one person's worth of food. He can run 5 times in this cycle, so that's 5 people. 1, 2, 3, and we have 6 people. No, God, we have more now. We have 15 minus 1, 14. We have 7 people. All right, food is a bit of an issue. The greenhouse can very definitely help us here. In fact, we can plug it directly into the mess hall for now. Queue that up as something that can be eaten. There's a coin that needs to go back on our frigate. And what else are we going to do here? We're working on this guy. So we got... Boop, 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 boop. We need a greenhouse. And we wanted magic dust. And why was that? Oh, because... Well, one thing, we need a crane and a... Well, not a crane. We need a resource... Another resource magnet. So we've got a gold bar. And we've got magic dust. And we've got a... Should have a builder here. There we go. So he's going to make a resource magnet. All right. And that resource magnet is going to attract crabs. There we go. Oh, I don't think this is going to work. Crap. I just realized how this is not going to work. What I want to do is grab the crabs and then have a crane take them out of the magnet and put them into the butchery. The problem is that when you breed an animal, you put 2 animals in and 3 animals pop out. Well, only the one is actually an output of the breeding pen. So it will behave correctly and it'll go somewhere. The other 2 just magically show up on your screen, but I'm not sure they're considered outputs. If they are, this will work. I think it might work. Let's just go down this road and see if it will. If we had a crab magnet and we had a second butchery, which we just happen to have, okay, and we had this and the crab magnet, of course, has no output or input. It just grabs from wherever on the board. So we're going to need to build a crane. A crane is iron bar, stick, plank, magic dust. All right, so iron bar is coming. We have one. Plank. Iron bar, plank, stick. Get a stick easily enough. This next wood that we get, make us a stick. Waiting on an iron bar, there it is. And I've got to be careful not to put it with that. Stop that. Stop that. No, stop that. What does that make? Nothing. Okay, good. All right, so iron bar, plank, stick, and then magic dust. And a builder. Oh, it automatically does it itself. Good. Okay, we're building a crane. So it's the crane. Now, what else do we want? Need the fish trap set up, don't we? Oh, we got that. We got a fish trap. And we wanted to just use whatever. It can use a line. We'll get it started. So the fish trap would give us... we need a greenhouse. I'm actually sorry about this. I'm going to steal this one. Unplug it. I'm going to tell it to go here. So we're growing chilies to go on the stove. We're going to grow lime. We're going to grow lime to feed the fish trap, to feed the butchery. We got a second butchery that's going to do the crab. We're trying to build a crane, and we're building a crane right up here. And this is starting to rot, so let's cook it. All right, our crane is going to come down here. And if we hold shift and click on it, we can move these around. That's what we want. We want the crab magnet. We want the crane to take stuff out of the crab magnet and put it into the butchery to give us crab. And we want that crab to go on the stove. Now, we want chili. We want the output of this. We want the output of that. So this will be... No, that's it. That's all we need. We need chili, this and this. So to do a single one, we can just say, you go here. And now we just need another crab. Well, we need a breeding pen. We need the breeding pen. Because this is actually not what we're trying to do. We're actually going to have the crab magnet. Let's just stop this. You just go over here for a minute. We're going to have the crab magnet feeding a breeding pen. So the breeding pen, we didn't make it, did we? No. The breeding pen is an animal pen and the magic dust. So an animal pen is 2 planks, 2 wood, and an iron bar. There's the wood. There's the wood. There's 2 planks. There's an iron bar. There's a builder. Animal pen. Okay. so we made an animal pen, and then we have to turn that. We take 2 magic dust. We turn that into a breeding pen. All right, there's a breeding pen. So our breeding pen is going to feed the butchery. Yes, it is. So the breeding pen can go here and feed the butchery. And we want our crab. Well, I'm going to leave it in that for now, because we're going to want the crane to put the crab into the breeding pen. So the crane runs and moves the crab over to the breeding pen. Now, of course, one crab will not breed terribly well. So what we can do is look for crab. So where do we find crab out here? As soon as we have 2, we're ready to go. Or at least ready to test this. There we go, grilling and brewing. So let's go in here, and we're just going to keep hitting it until we can find crab. Now, raw crab meat is okay. I mean, it's like the output of the butchery. So you could throw that on the stove if you wanted to. No, it's going to cook it. I don't want to cook it yet. So we need to keep looking till we get a live crab. And we got a monkey. Go away, monkey. A bottle of rum. We'll just throw that in the mess hall. And as soon as we find that crab, it's going to jump down there to that magnet. We just got to find it. Carrot, we can go in there. Chili peppers, we can put the rum in the mess hall. Party. Banana trees are nice if you really need the soil and you're not getting berries fast enough. You can just pick some bananas, throw them in there, and get that compost. We have quite a bit of, we have plenty of soil right now. It's not perfect, but it's enough. Crab. Same old stuff. Raw crab meat. Looking for a crab. With some poop, I'm sure. Parrot, we actually don't. We've got a full pen. We just really don't need more soil. We could have some grilled bird. Oh, come on. I'd be delighted to get that raw meat if we were trying to build a butchery, which we will be later, but I I am reading this correctly, am I not? Crab is there. Everybody's going to be drunk. We got parrots. We got more chili peppers, which will be useful later, but right now, not so much. We could pile it on here. Get this started. Just really want a live crab. That's all I'm asking for. One live crab. You can see, though, another way to eat on this island is just keep buying those. You just buy those forever. There's always food popping out. It's always useful. Monkeys and parrots. Oh, what does it take? I just cook something. Oh, that's raw crab meat. I want to stop that. Raw crab meat's the output of this. We're going to get a fish coming in and a chili. And I realize I'm playing this on pause, so nothing's actually happening. Well, we got plenty of raw crab meat. And all the rum you'd care to consume. We just got to, some stuff's got to go. The parrots, start killing them. Ooh, there. See that thing just disappear? It went down here to our crab magnet. Now it's over here, and now we get to watch this. This is how we're gonna finish our episode. We're gonna watch this to see if the 3 crab are gonna come out of here. One will go in here. Oh wait, what's that? This crane is going. I don't want it to go there. I want it to go to the breeding pen. Why would it go to the breeding pen? Anybody? Maybe that. I think the cranes are finicky. You really need to glue these things down in order to make the cranes work correctly. So we've got a chili pepper. We're going to get a fish on there, and when we do, I'm going to throw a raw crab meat on it. And we should see a stew come out of this. Oh, this was a 90. Oh, the breeding pin's 90 seconds. Uh-oh. I miscalculated. I got to recalculate my ratios here. And stone and an iron bar. An iron bar and a stone. got this guy down here doing nothing. Everybody's getting drunk. Or several people, so they're going to work poorly, and we got 42 extra cards. Okay. I hate to do this. Yeah, we're going to dump these bottles. We're going to dump the springs. We'll come back to them later. Throw away our bottles. Meat. Don't see any poop anywhere. That's the sign meaning they're inebriated. What else can we get rid of? Well, we can always sell a bunch of wood, bricks and stuff. 20 more cards. We'll sell these planks. I think we'll sell off these for now. We can go back and get them again later if we want them. No, not the graveyard. The treasure map. I think we read it once. I can't remember. We got all these birds we're picking up trying to find a crab that are killing us. Fishing spot. This. We'd like to keep the cotton plants, but we don't really. I think we can do without them for now. These guys, fishing spots we don't need. We've got enough soil. I mean, we'll want it again sooner or later. But, okay, 4 more cards. I hate selling flint, honestly. 3 bottles. Stone. There. Okay, let's see this thing work. And again, the breeding, I've got to recalculate because the breeding pen is off. I just want to see if this will work. If a crab magnet will grab these guys. If one will go here and 2 will go here, that's what we're really after. That would be ideal. There, now what are we cooking? Grilling fish because we don't have the crab meat. Now we're doing the stew. So hopefully when this is going, we'll get stews. We'll probably get some fish, but we'll get stews. All right, here we go with our breeding. Ta-da! Beautiful. Perfect. Perfect. It puts 2 out here. And then it'll reload this. Unfortunately, there's a delay while that happens. And there's a stew. And this seafood stew has a value of 5 food and sells for 2. So that's going to sell 5. That's going to feed a bunch of people, right? So once we get this rocking and rolling where it's actually working correctly, where it's timed out correctly, and we're going to need more breeding pens than I had planned on, unfortunately. That's okay. We can handle that. Then we'll be good to go. So I think we'll just stop right there once we get this feeding done. And we'll start a new move, pause it, get rid of these banana trees. We can go get more anytime we want them. Clean up a little bit. And so that idea will work. It's going to take some a little more tweaking. We could just let it run. We could leave it like it is and occasionally grill fish and sometimes make us the stew. And we could have the output go to the mess hall. This output can go to the mess hall. Yeah, okay, all right. Some progress. Next time, what do we want to do? I want to continue working on different ways to automate food on the island because I think it's a bit of a challenge. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. It's not the hardest, but it's not super easy to do. So we'll work on that some more, and then we'll try to. I'll probably offline. I'm gonna clean this island up. It's a mess, and I've got people with no purpose in life, doing nothing. I'm just feeding people for the sake of feeding people, and we really need to start maybe progressing a little bit further down the game. Going ahead and getting into the big stuff we need to do for this phase of the game. So we'll get into that in the next episode. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you saw something that'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join us for our next Stacklands video. Thank you.